Uh, this is a great story that just shows how incredibly stupid people are and how naive they are and how much they want that to hit that big win. They want to get rich quick. Get rich quick. I don't think it's a real thing for the most part. Win lotto, that's getting rich quick, but what are the odds of that? It's like a half a billion to one. Uh, Other than that, everyone that seemingly got rich quick has a pretty long history of doing what they do or trying different things. And if you're an athlete or an actor or singer, it's like, oh, an overnight success. It's like, yeah, for you watching, you didn't know me and now you know me. And it's like, wow, that was overnight. For the person, it probably started in junior high. Their passion for whatever they do that eventually led to some fame or fortune. So yeah, it's never overnight. You never get rich quick. It just doesn't really happen. Uh, and the things people will do when they think there's a chance of getting rich quick is insane. I mean, we could all laugh at the elderly and their penchant for throwing everything they've saved their entire life away to some Nigerian prince or a telephone scammer that is offering them a great deal on something, and they just all their money goes away, and it's tragic. But there are the other people that are younger and you would assume smarter, but they're not, that invest in things. Now, look, Bitcoin has been called a very, very high risk investment. It's even been called by a lot of people not even an investment. It's just this crapshoot. And if you put anything but disposable risk income into it, you're a sucker. Don't take your 401k and dissolve it and then put it into Bitcoin. That's what everyone was saying. And we have watched Bitcoin in a few short years go from being affordable to a lot of people, literally affordable, a few bucks, to what we saw last night. It finally crossed over the $100,000 a Bitcoin mark. That's insane. That is fucking insane. This is a virtual thing. It's not even tangible. It's not, you can't put it in your pocket. You can't, it's a digital in the ether contained in some little chip. Fuck yeah. I am the fucking Bitcoin. You want to hear some bits? I'm like a Bitcoin of comedy, just fucking 100,000 bits or something. Thank you, Chip. Yeah. So look, you could have listened to the people that told you not to do it. And I would think if you're wise enough back then, when Bitcoin was very speculative and very scary, if you were wise enough, and I say wise enough, to go, nah, I'm not doing that, then you probably put your money somewhere where there was steady growth, blue chip, fuck yeah, green chips, yellow chips, whatever chips, blue chip stocks, your big name stocks that you could look at from the time in the 1910s when they were going ticker, 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 looking at the little ticker tape. And you could look at the graph and it's just constant growth over the course of the years. It just is always going up. Those are very good conservative investments. And if you did that, great. Over 10 years, you probably made a few bucks. It was nice and comfy. You did good for yourself. Did you make 100,000 from your $3 investment? Did you take your $6 and buy some Bitcoin and now you have $10 million? Probably not. But in that time, there were also 1,000 other things that people were saying were going to be the next big thing. So hindsight is very amazing. You can look back and I should have, could have, would have. But, you know, you got to take it for what it is. But it is amazing. And for those of you that did buy Bitcoin early and held, because I'll tell you something. If you bought Bitcoin at $1 a Bitcoin, and when that fucking thing hit $11,000, you didn't cash out, you got balls of steel, my friend. Balls of steel. If you're sitting on Bitcoins that you bought at $1 and now they're worth 100,000 and you stayed that entire time, I don't know. You're superhuman. Salute, my friend. Because that's, I don't know. I don't know if I could have done that. But there are other coins, and this is what I'm getting to. Oh, boy. When I think of a sound investment, I think of Tuah girl. Anyone that lost money on this fucking scam deserves to get in one of those machines. I saw it on Looney Tunes once. I think it was Foghorn Leghorn or something, and it was a windmill kind of a thing with boots on every blade, and he would bend over, and it would spin and kick him in the ass. Just kick him in his ass. You soundly deserve that if you decided to buy into Tuah girl's meme coin. When I saw this at launch the other day, I was laughing. Like, who the fuck is buying this? But there it is. People bought it. So what this is, let me see if I could try to explain this to people. Like Bitcoin, there is a virtual money, a virtual coin, let's say. It's a thing that's worth a certain amount of money, each unit of that thing. In Bitcoin, it's called a coin, a Bitcoin. And it went from very cheap to very expensive. And these celebrities, if I may use the term very, very loosely here with Tuah girl, what she did is say, hey, I am starting my own meme coin. Now, a lot of celebrities and other people have done this. They start these coins. And they get people to buy them. Here it is. The more people that buy them, the more they're worth because they're in demand. Again, it's all about supply and demand. So you get these imaginary coins. They're backed by Tuah girl. And with celebrities, it seems that when the celebrity's in the news or gets popular or gets a spot on a good show, their value goes up and the coin value goes up. And if you're holding it, you're making more money. And if you're buying it, the price of that coin is going up. Its worth is going up for some reason. There's really nothing that it's based on. It's just based on, are people buying it? But why are they buying it? There's real no value to it. But again, this is cyber digital currency, crypto. So she goes, all right, I got X amount of these coins that I'm putting out. And you could buy them. And she puts them out for sale. Now, meanwhile, when that happens, you can't buy them. She's buying them. Her friends are buying them. The people that set this up. What does this bitch know about fucking crypto? She don't know about meme coins or Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. So there's a bunch of guys that go, hey, let's get a coin attached to you. It's going to be great. And she goes, oh, all right, that sounds good. What is it in for me? Well, we're going to give you like 10% of the coins. Well, what does that mean? What do I do? Well, you just sit back. We pump the shit out of this, and then we all dump it. It's called a pump and dump. This is a real term that's used. It's been used for many years on Wall Street, stock traders, penny stocks, all the shit stocks. They pump and dump them. It's 2 cents. Buy a shitload of it. All right? We bought a shitload of it. Now pump it. Pump it as good. Oh boy, people are talking about this. You hear about this? No. Look at the price. It went up. It went from 2 cents to 8 cents. You can buy millions of shares. It's amazing. All right, I'm going to buy. Good. And then everyone goes, we're going to buy. All their money goes in. And then the initial people that set it up and own most of the stock sell off. And then when that many people sell, the price goes down. Now the guys that bought in are standing there going, well, my money. My $1 million is now worth $50,000. And then the other guys who invested $1 million, they have 50 million. That's how this scam works. So she gets 10% of all the coins, this imaginary thing. The people that set it up, they buy them and falsely drive the price up. Now they start saying, oh my God, look at this. You got to get a piece of Hawk Tuah coin. You got to get in on this. It's the next get rich quick thing. It's huge. And they go, you're ready to buy. Go ahead. Here, you've opened it up. You can buy. And they start buying. And they're buying these fucking imaginary things. And the price is going up because they're buying. And then they get on the phone and go, all right, that looks great. Punch out. And then the people that own, but believe it or not, they owned, I believe, insiders. Hawk Tuah, all her friends, the people that set this up, owned 90% of the coins that were put out. 10% went to these dummies that thought because the price was going up that they could buy $30,000 worth, $100,000 worth, and make money because the price is going up. And then they did what's called pulling the rug out. They all bailed, took all the money, the initial money they put in. They didn't lose that. They got that. But they also got the money of those dummies that because they saw the price going up, put their money in. And they're left with nothing. And Hawk Tuah girl, she walks away with 10% of the profits. 10% of what all her buddies made and everything. So there are some really mad people, and they want the law after her. The SEC, they want Security and Exchange to go after her. Tokens insiders kept over 97% of the supply are actively selling. Yeah. So these are the guys that they had most of the coins. They were just hoping that a small percentage of people would buy the coins they made available for a high price because the price is going up, and they put a lot of money in, and they pulled the rug out on them. And I think Hawk Tuah girl may have to answer for this a little bit. She could go back in the judge's chamber and spit on that thing, and maybe under his robes, she could get a little break. But truth be told, oofa. What is that? Let me see. Zoom in on that little chart there. Her little face. Yeah. 2%, 21%, 20%. These are all the percentages of what went out to insiders. Just the people. She got the 10% at the bottom. Treasury, like all these, they give them strategic, I can't read that. Strategic
Allocation.
allocation, community fund, Haley's fans, which are like her friends, insiders, Treasury Reserve, and then 2% for public allocation. And it might seem small, but 2%, if you're the only suckers putting the money in and all these people are pulling it out, you're fucked. How do you do this? How are you this fucking stupid? Welcome to SEC Tips, Complaints, and Referrals. Just filed my report against Haley Welch, X, and the Hawk team for rugging investors. Here's the link below to file a complaint. Rugging investors? That's literally, I swear to you, go to Las Vegas, go to the roulette table, put all your money on 25. When it doesn't come in, complain to the gambling commission that they pulled the rug out from you. This is not an investment. Call your bet. Call your big bet on 25. Spin that wheel. Call it an investment and see how you get laughed out of Earth. You'll be laughed off the planet. That's how you should feel about this. This was not an investment. If you did your what they call due diligence when you invest in something, you would have been told immediately that this is not an investment. Was she handing out a prospectus? Did her prospectus include Hawk Tuah spit on that thing? As you read about the dynamic makeup of this company, unbelievable. Look at that spike. Look at that. Go to the graph right there, because this just speaks volumes. Right here. Here is the volume, actually. This is how, yeah, thank you. Select wallets. No, the other one shows, though, the interest, the volume in the coin and driving it up. You see that green line goes up. And then once they all made money and gave the call out, all the people except those 2% that thought they were going to make money all bailed, and they lost everything, and everyone involved in it made a lot of money. It's a total scam. I don't need to tell you smart people.